As you guys already know, top of the month as always. Welcome to the Freedom Cage podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all DSP, of course. And to my right, I got my main guy, my ace, my left, my right as we, Shawn, better known as the Singing on all your socials.
You know.
And me, Kenny, also known as King Cat, looking on these socials. But today, man,
what's up?
I'm this close to getting rid of all my subscriptions, man.
What?
It's close. YouTube TV, all them niggas about to go, B. Telling you, man. I've been test driving this little Fire Stick thing for like a month, man. Making sure these people ain't watching, man. Yeah, man. I don't think I'm going. As soon as the wife and the kids get familiar with the system, I ain't going back, bruh. My last couple weeks of this bullshit. Mysterious charges every goddamn 4 weeks on time.
All right. That's what's up, man. That's the vibe. Getting free from the subscription prison is a vibe, bro. I appreciate it. That's what's up.
Gotta cut costs, man. Gotta cut these costs.
That's it. Price keep going up, man. That's it.
Don't even get me started on the supermarket runs. Like, you go in there with a $20 bill, you wasting everybody's time in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he said, I'm just going for milk. You ain't got enough, man. You ain't got enough. Oh,
yeah, it was funny. I went with my wife up to Flatbush because, you know what I'm saying, like these boys be growing, man. You know what I'm saying? This boy's growing real fast, and you know what I mean, he's getting ready for school and he's putting on a damn sweatsuit. I'm like, bro, it's like 90 degrees outside. Where you going? He was like, my shorts, man, like they either in the laundry or they don't fit. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We gotta go get him some shorts today, right? So we walk up to Flatbush, get him a couple of shorts and whatever, and we're walking back and it's food bazaar. So, you know, the wife is like, yo, let's go grab some stuff so she can make something for dinner. We go up in food bazaar, bro. And you know me, I'm not really in there. So I'm just picking shit up. You know what I mean? And I go to pick up the pack of fruit that they have, bro. That pack of she was like, you see the price? I was like, yep. I was like, this is it. Like, we gotta make this laugh. Like, I'm out here slicing these watermelons like extra thin.
He said, hey, small bites back there, small bites. The hell you thought this was? Yeah, man. You're gonna start learning how to grow fruit in your backyard now. Like, yo, it's like
big facts.
Putting these TikTok videos to work. Like, yo, so this is how you grow strawberries? Interesting. Like, you know what I mean? Yo. Like, yeah, it might be time now, man. It might be time.
I'm telling you, it's not even watermelon cubes, man. We're talking shavings at this point. It's like let it sit on your tongue for a bit and melt. Like, I don't know.
He said, we don't chew on this watermelon, son. We let it dissolve on its own right. Like, all right. I see the vision.
Right. Yeah, but you ain't lying, man. Prices is crazy.
It's stupid, man. Shit, end of June. Good week here. Sis is in town from out of town. You know what I mean? She's up here for the week. Can't wait to go see her one more time before she had out over the weekend. But yeah, man, siblings back in the New York / tri-state area. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it should be cool, man. It's gonna be a dope weekend coming up.
Nah, yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the graduates. Can't wait to celebrate this weekend for sure. Shout out to Sanaa. Shout out to all the graduates in our family and extended family, man. If you got a graduate in your family, man, congrats to them. Shout out to the village that's around them supporting them, man. We appreciate you all. And while we're on the topic of shout outs, man, big shout out to Ramel and RD Lee Capital, man. Breaking into the movie business with the Red Dog Unit documentary, man. This is big business, bro.
It's big business, man. I gotta work on my Denzel now, man. See if I could get in one of these Squirrels movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, y'all need an extra just walking by in the back, nothing. Hit me up, man. I could do that. But the Red Dog Unit doing. It's gonna be kind of crazy because I heard rumors about it. Never really seen a real story about the cops that just didn't care about the law. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, it should be super dope though. And if RD Lee got his hands on it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something to watch. So I can't wait to chop it up with him about that.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think it stood for run every drug dealer out of Georgia. Some wild shit like that. It's got some wild connotation to it. To your point, we're gonna get more information from the boss himself and bring that to the table to talk about it before it releases, man. But big news, man. Big news.
All right, stay busy, man. It was funny. I texted me the other day, said, "Yo, whenever you got a second, just give me a call." 5 minutes go by. No lie, he calls me. Hey, what's good, bro? Hey, what's good, bro? Tell me to hold on. I was on hold for like 7 minutes, then the phone just disconnected. I'm like, nigga really had 1 second and hung up on me. I was like, yo, I gotta stop being more specific with this brother. Like, it's like, yo, when you got 7.5 to 10.5 minutes, man, call me back for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's super busy all the time, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you got a second, it's like money, and then it get cut off. It's like,
I guess I gotta call that man back. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely, man. So yo, man, this past weekend it was really cool, to have like a relaxing weekend. And the wife and I, we started to take salsa lessons, right? And granted, she grew up in Puerto Rico. She has the foundation already. Me, when I'm off that Henny, man, I be thinking I'm like the dance fever out here, but it's different to take professional classes, man. So I'm glad she thought of it. We were hyped to do it. So we go. So now it has like different levels, right? Of course, beginner, intermediate, professional, all that other stuff. So we think we're intermediate, right? We've been out before. We have some sort of chemistry when we move to salsa music. So we think, yeah, intermediate is right in our wheelhouse, right? So we get to the front desk, bro, and the lady that's checking us in is looking at us and she's like, have y'all been here before? And we're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we saw the advertisement. It says that we can register, 10 minutes before, whatever. We're here. What's up? She's like, yeah, but they've been like doing this, like they've been dancing together for like a year. So, I don't know if you want to get in with this group. And we're like, what you mean, man? Like, we know how to move. Like, now my wife is looking at her crazy. Like, she like, listen, I'm Puerto Rican. I feel away. You know what I mean? I feel away. Definitely, right? So now, we're there and we're just, trying to sign up. Like, we got the money. We like, yo, we are ready. Like, take the money. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, she gave us the Latina version of Biggie, like warning style. Like, I don't know if y'all want to try this work, but go ahead, come on in and we'll figure it out, right? So we go in, bro. Immediately we realized why we should have took beginner first. So so what they do is, they put on the music, and of course these people, like she said, they've been doing this for a year, bro. So the minute it comes on, they're going over the steps and the shines and all the different things that they've been learning for a year. So me and Shay looking at them and we like, man, this ain't nothing. We grab each other, we start dancing. Man, there was people doing all kinds of turns and steps and in sync, and we was like, oh no, like this this is gonna be different. So at first, she's going through the steps, when you're on your own, you know what I mean? So like the basic steps, side steps, cumbia step, all, she's going through all these different things. And we are just like, we're trying to keep up. Like in our minds, we're moving, but we don't look like everybody else. Like you can tell we were new.
Speed is different.
You know what I mean? So then it came time, to be in couples, right? And there were more leads than followers. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right? When it comes to salsa, right? Yes, so now there was more, leads and followers. So I didn't know that when she said rotate, it meant go to the next person. So yeah, I didn't know that, right? So me and Shay, we stuck together. The guy came. I'm like, the fuck you doing, man?
Like, so you got fucked up in some salsa shoes.
You know what I mean? Like he's about to get his ass whooped in some wingtips, man. So I'm looking at him. I'm like, this is my woman, man. Like back off. And he's like, no, rotate. Like there's switch. I'm thinking, say switch then. Like I wasn't ready for rotate, man. I
rotate can be used as a move. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we did that. That's exactly what we did. We switched sides and all that, and then the guy was standing there. You know what I mean? So now, on top of it, it was a sauna, bro. So I ain't gonna hold you. Like I probably danced with like 4 more different people, and I tapped out. I wasn't ready. I needed the beginner, man, because it's different. It's different when you're out there and you got some, some liquid courage in you and you can move. I've always had respect for people who do, who are really good at salsa. And I always said I will never disrespect the craft. After about 4 chances, I sat down. I probably got up maybe twice more to dance with Shay, but then after that, I just
Was
went for
watching
a
the show.
walk to the corner store, man. I went and got us a water. You know, I was her water boy after that. I was like, yo, whenever you ready.
He said, I got ice, baby. I got some ice if you want some ice.
Yo, I kid you not, bro. I kid you not, man. But
you can't underestimate the beast when you think you might know something. There's always more to figure it out. But yeah, man, these new classes, man, beginners there for a reason, man. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect the levels.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But now that you've seen it, you ready to go back for the beginner next time? Like,
so what we've started doing now is looking at a lot of the basic step videos on YouTube, and I'm finding that since Sunday, just constantly, you know, going over the basic steps, going over some of the side steps, getting that rhythm together, it's going to help us in going into the beginner class. Because then from there, it'll be about, you know, learning the different moves. They had like about 20 something different moves on the board, Kenny. Like it was like playbooks just sitting up there. I was like, what is that? Like it was.
I pray the beginner class got less play.
You know what I mean? Like it was like 20 different moves, steps that you could do, and I was just like, oh shit. So it was funny, man. And let me tell you something. It was a sauna in there, bro. Like they gotta invest in either limiting the amount of people that's in that studio, or they gotta get stronger fans or stronger AC. It was at least, and babe, you can correct me. I know you're in the chat. It was at least like 20 something people in there, bro. 20 something people.
And a 15 by 15 making it happen.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? We talking about
mirrors.
Yeah, we talking about 6th Ave, not too far off from Atlantic Avenue. Okay, so it was fucking it was hot in there, or Flatbush, whatever the fuck was over there. Yeah, man. But we got through. We got through. It was
Congrats,
all right,
man. It takes a lot to step into a world you don't, really know, but willing to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But shouts to y'all, man. Shouts to y'all. That was nice of y'all.
Yeah, shout out to the wife for thinking about that. It was good exercise and a hell of a bonding moment, man. So I definitely loved it. So for this next section, brother, and I love the fact that you dubbed this live double standards, right? There's a lot of typical double standards out there. And the first one I want to get into, shout out to Eb for sharing this post. Should thongs be allowed at the kids' pool?
My heart says no. We are around a bunch of kids. You know what I'm saying? But like, all right, let me just be all the way real with you. This is a safe space, right? Safe space. If there's a dude with a thong on, absolutely not. Like, fam, there are children around. You need to get the fuck out of here, bro. This is disrespectful at this point. You got your package out. Well, Frank's over the beans. We don't need to see all that. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a lady with a thong on, granted, something would still be said, but it'll take a few seconds to say it. You know what I mean? It's more like a, ma'am, do you have a cover up or something? That's a lot of stuff you got out here for the kids. We don't need that for the children. You know what I mean? Like, what's your opinion on it? Well, what's your go-to on the thong thing at the beaches? Or the pools?
No, I definitely agree that at the kids' pool there should not be too much revealing of a bathing suit, because it's enough pressure trying to be a loyal black man in your woman's eyes. The minute there is some sort of pound of flesh out there in your direct line of sight while you're trying to be a wholesome father, we don't need that type of pressure at the kids' pool, man. Like we got these ices in the cooler. You know what I'm saying? We just here trying to have a good time with my family, and you just want to go in there. Nah, man, you're disrupting the essence of the kids' pool. Like, it's too much. I agree, it's too much.
So you're taking all the positive energy we brought here, it's like, and just wasting all the stuff we got here for. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I got a curveball in for you. Like, for men, we got a way of doing it. For women, we got a way of approach. What if an elderly person stepped on the beach and they thong on some fucking shit? Talking 80 and up.
I mean, the beach is different. Are you talking about like a kids pool?
So the kids pool, man.
I don't know. The beach is a little different. You know what I mean? Beach is a public area. If we're talking about the kids pool, if grandma got a thong on at the kids pool, I got questions. I got a lot of questions. Like, grandma, I think you're trying to live your heyday in the wrong place. You know what I mean? And these new age grandmas, man, I wouldn't put it past them, man. Like,
hey man, yeah, they're not as old as they used to be.
Exactly.
The today grandma. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
If I seen an elderly though, like grandma, you know, well, it's a hit or miss depending on the generation. But if it's an elderly, I'm talking 80 and up, man, all woman, I might just be like, yo, they live their life, man. Let that lady rock out, man. I know it's not right. I know the kid shouldn't see it, but and he got decades on all of us, man. Let that lady live.
Yeah,
SK in the chat. She said, "Let them live their best life."
It's true. It's true. You know, and you know, at that age, you stop giving a fuck. Like, I was talking to my mentor the other day. He was like, "Bro, when you hit 60, you just stop giving a f. Like, you don't care no more. You just kind of ride the wave of whatever's going on. And if anybody got a problem with you, you really don't care." So I get it. All right, I can rock with that.
All right. I got another like a double standard kind of inquiry for you.
Talk to me.
Listen, as men, you know, we got guy code. You know what I'm saying? It's not a spoken about. It's never a class you got to attend to refresh up on your man code license. It's just something we all got in us. But if you see a friend's partner out, you stay quiet. But if you see my partner out, what do you prefer someone to do?
Tell me.
Right? I'm like, yo, like if I see something, I ain't saying shit. It's my job not to say shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who you is. Like, yo, we grew up together. Yeah, I know. I saw such and such. Dog, I figured that was like a cousin. I thought they were sitting close, but hey, that wasn't my business. You know what I'm saying? I kept it moving. Yep. But if it's in reverse and you even think that's a cousin, let me know anyway, and I'll let you know it is or it ain't. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a fucked up double standard. But it's something I live with. I can't. It is what it is, man. We got to die with that one.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you're looking for fairness and equity, man, it don't live here. It don't live it don't live in a realm of double standards, man. That's just is the way it is. There's a code, man. There's a code that exists out there, and yo, we all just gotta navigate that in the best way we can. I'm sorry.
Navigate. Now here's the caveat. You know, I gotta throw the devil's advocate question for you.
Shoot.
If you do see the partner's friend out, they come to you like, yo, you ain't seen me. You go affirmative, keep it moving. But if your friend sees you the next day, like, yo, did you see such and such and such and such? Like, if they come with you to specifics, how do you respond now? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing at this moment? Like, damn, you got a place and location. All right. What's your response now? Is guy code still running? What we doing?
What you mean? Like, I need clarity. I need clarity on the question, because that's very, like you said, that's very specific. Like, was I at such and such and did I see such and such? Now I feel like you tested me. Mm-hmm, and if we're friends, you shouldn't have to test me. You should just outright be like, yo, bro, I heard such and such was there yesterday. Did you see her? But if you insinuate in the situation, for me, it's just like, what you mean? Like, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? I need more information so I know which way we going with this. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna give the common New Yorker response when they go, huh? I heard everything you said.
That's right.
Say that one more time, slow. See, me personally, like I think I'm good with keeping the information to myself. I could do that part, but if I get questioned about it and you got like half of a fact, damn, I'm not even going. Listen, man, she was there with Pookie, I ain't know none of them niggas, man. And I was gonna say something, but I had to go because I wasn't. But so what happened with that? Like yeah, I'm cracking early.
See, my thing is, I don't know if my fear is that they're joking. Because somebody run up to you and be like, yo, man, I heard my girl was out at such and such being a little thotty thot. And then you do what you just said, right? Like, yo, fam, I didn't know how to tell you this and blah, blah, blah. And they be like, my nigga, I was just joking. What you mean? Like, she was really out there being a thotty thot? Exactly. Now I got that same face you got right now. I'm like, oh, you ain't know. Oh,
I meant light skin Keisha, not yo Keisha. Nah, whole nother, you know what I mean? Like, damn. That's okay. Gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful with them double standards.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. Gotta be careful. So I got you got one more here, right? I see
One more
body
little
count.
little
Yeah,
one more for the double standard thing.
yeah.
Body count. Listen, for men it's a number, but for women, why does it feel like an obligation?
Mm.
And as far as like, it's like, hey, what's your body count? It's like, who wants to know? It's like me. I'm asking right now before we get into a full blown relationship. Is it talking 10s, 30s, 40s? I don't care, but are there 3 digits there? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to know because hey, your past is your past, and the present is my gift, right? Haha, write that down. But like, why is it such a big deal if a body count is higher than the norm?
Yeah, I don't know. I would never ask that question. I'm sorry. I believe that you had a life. It's ridiculous for me to think that you should have done anything that meets my requirements in regards to your body. Now, does it have residual effects with me if you were reckless? Yes. You know what I mean? But I think that's the risk. I think that's a risk that we all take, right? We get with someone and we cross our fingers and get it in. So I don't see me asking that question. As far as why I think it matters to some people, I don't know. I think they have past traumas with people who are just promiscuous, and it has become a requirement of their dating standards. I don't know.
It's a good look at it. It's a good look at it. All right, because some people like first date they do ask, and some people on first date don't answer. So then there's always that weird, there's always that weird gray area of, am I dating a friend or a follower? Like I need to know. Like you know what I mean? Like, but all right, good to know. Thanks, my brother. Appreciate your time on the double standard joint. A lot of weird stuff.
No doubt, no doubt. I see Mrs. Lee.
Yeah.
I agree. Pass is the pass. If you clean. See, that's a strong if, man. You know what I mean? That's not even to an impossible if. Like that's
if you're clean, I'm not even sure which way that goes.
I know, right?
I got questions on that one. Please expound. Please expound if you have a moment in the chat.
Definitely. So while Mrs. Lee gives us that detail on if you clean, I was watching Paid in Full the other day, man, and it's that scene where Mitch is meeting up with Rico, and you know what I'm saying, they about to get back on the street. He just needs to get the money for the ransom for his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all know what happens in that scene. And I thought to myself, how many times have I watched a movie and in my mind something different was gonna happen this time? Like in my mind this time, Mitch was gonna be smart and be like, nah, I can't trust Rico. He's a he's a wild dog. Let me not meet up with him. Let me do something else. And the other one that came to mind, man, I think of Carlito's way, right? Like he should have handled Benny Blanco in the alley, man. And at the end,
that alley.
Yeah, Benny got him. So I just wanted to bring that question to the chat, to everybody, and to you, brother. Do you find yourself watching a movie and wishing something different happened? And if you know that movie, please tell me which one it is.
I'm not gonna lie, ever since I was young, Lion King, bro. Every time Simba go push his dad after Mufasa push a man off the cliff, I'm like, he gonna wake up this time. I know he is. My man never wakes up, man. It's hurtful, bro. It hurt as a kid. It hurt me watching as an adult. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought they made some remakes on this one. I thought they got up and they killed Scar as a unit, like something, like, you know what I mean? But must have been another reality. But yeah, man, I said Lion King for sure, man. That shit still hurts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it was so funny. Like right after thinking about all this, there was like a similar joint online, and they was like, how many times I wish Ricky would have zigzagged in the alley instead of just running straight.
Yo, he had football moves. He was a running back, son. To this day, you gonna run a go route up an alley right now, my nigga? Like nobody. Like how many bullets go straight, my G? Why would you anything? Like you're not even gonna fake it. Like nigga, at least hug the wall. Like you know, he ain't do nothing. None of that.
That's a fact. Stop, drop, and roll, juke move, anything, man. Worst case scenario, he probably still would have got caught in the leg. But hey, man, you probably would have got a little further because homeboy would have had to keep trying to adjust his sight. So yeah, that'd have been crazy.
And hey, listen, man, I like it. You can still go and coach, Rock G. Like, hey, we know you can't. We know you ain't got that 4-5 in you no more. We all understand. But you can still teach us some moves in slow motion, man. Like, you still got a life to live after that. Boy ran straight, got was whole chest. You see the movie. But sad shit, man.
Definitely. So before we shift over to our favorite healthcare segment, man, Jada Cheeves was on $1 million worth of game, and they asked her would she date a man who had less, and her answer was no. She gave her version and her explanation of why she felt like if a man has less than her, then it's almost like he's going to be using her for what she has, or try to make her feel less than. So I wanted to bring that here, and I know I'm going off the docket, but you know how we roll, man. Freestyle sometimes.
We got time.
I wanted to bring that here because I know we have a very diverse guests here, and just to really sit with this thought of, would you date with someone who makes less than you?
And it's funny. That's back to the double standard. It's like for a guy, they probably wouldn't care because the guy kind of comes with the whole. And no, I can't speak for all men. Me personally, you try to come in with being the provider, the protector. You try to keep that role as the male in the relationship. So her having less doesn't really hurt your aura in that sense. You know what I'm saying? If it was the reverse and she had more, that was like a win-win. Because you still got the mentality of trying to be the protector, but now you ain't got to have the pressure of being a provider. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you try, hey, say, hey, I paid the phone bill. I know you got the mortgage, but it's all, we good, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if she's just a boss, what you going to do? You know what I mean? But it's funny, as vice versa from a woman's standpoint, I can't speak for women, of course, but I understand why she may want to be taken care of, but I do kind of look down on her if she can't open up her eyes to see that it's more things than money in a relationship. If he may not have more than you financially, he may have more than you in a lot of other areas that he can help you in. And it's supposed to be a peanut butter jelly, a yin yang kind of thing. We don't have to have the best of both sides. You should be able to compliment me on a couple things. But I see a point, but I disagree with it.
I agree too. And I totally understand everybody has different experiences with dating and finances. So there may be some residual history where it's like, nope, I'm never dating somebody who's not on the same pay level or above anymore, because there's just certain things we can't do and they don't understand, and it could lead to issues. And I think, if we do any type of research, right, a lot of the studies show that one of the main causes of divorces is finances. I think personally, it all depends on our relationship with money that will trigger that thought process, and then how we're picking our partners. I feel like nowadays, finances is at the top of a lot of conversations, and depending on what people have been through, it can make someone about face if they see someone who doesn't understand the value of money, how to manage it. Because if you're already coming into the situation thinking about investing and starting a business, or you're already like 10 steps ahead of this person, I can understand how the conversations and the understanding of what you do might be a little confusing. And it may be like, this is a red flag. But I agree with you in regards to if I was single, would I date someone who made less than me? I think I would, if all the other boxes were checked, and there could be plenty of reasons why they make less, but their ambition is there to make more. It's just one or two connections that haven't made it yet to really put them in that financial bracket. So I agree with you.
Side question, like back in your heyday, would you date someone that possibly worked at McDonald's?
Of course, man. I had no concept of what was a good partner in my heyday. I was just looking for the cutest thing out there that, you know what I mean, that at least, had some sort of conversation. So yeah, no, I didn't discriminate. That was what, free $2 meals? Yo, man, that's clutch.
That was the first thing I thought about. I was like, what? like any event that wasn't like overweight and fighting like all kinds of illnesses as far as like my sugar levels and shit. bruh, like, yeah, bring me a number 2 again tonight. Yes,
That's right.
yes. Light on the ice, heavy on the Sprite. Like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you can't, like I said, you can't discriminate. You shouldn't. You got to get to know whoever they are, and how they make money is how they make money. But
That's right.
how they made money was beneath you. How would you feel about that?
This is that area of gray where where I to each their own is my go-to, but to me is a no. You know what I mean? Like I think we all have the right to say to know what we can and can't deal with. And I think that's very grown of someone, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not here to tell anyone what their means of providing and making money should be, because I'm not in their situation. But the one fact, the one right that I do have in this world is to choose not to be a part of your life because it's not for me.
I played this scenario in my head about twice, and I didn't like neither outcome. So I'm a Doctor Strange my way up out of this one.
I love that. I love
can't
that.
Do it. Can't do it. Love you, but I can't do it. Can't do it. He's like, I looked at my mirror, and Doctor Strange didn't give me that. No, I mean, I didn't see any possibilities. I didn't see any possibilities of this working out.
That shit went
real quick. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh man, good times, good times. All right, I love when we bring up shit randomly, man. It works out great. All right, y'all. It is that time in the show where we get into some healthcare things, man, and we like to call this part, I'm not a doctor, I just play one here on FCP, man. And we're gonna start off first with what we used to call the Pandalina Spice, man. When we were when COVID was at its height, we used to give little updates about what was going on in the government and the hospital, with insurances, with the vaccines, all of that. So now, if you remember, there was a point where if you were sick, diagnosed with COVID, there was something called paid sick leave. I think it was for 14 days for big corporations. For private companies, I think it was 5 days or something like that. You would get paid for the COVID leave. So you didn't have to use your PTO, you didn't have to use your sick time. This was dedicated, allocated time within your company for you to be off while you got better and what's the word? Quarantined from COVID. Mm-hmm. Kathy Hochul is making sure that as of next year, this paid leave will be no more. And I believe for private entities, those ones that give 5 days, I think it's going to be effective immediately, that the paid sick leave for COVID is going bye-bye.
Thanks. Hey, man, I knew there was going to be some sort of recourse from putting a shabash on the old congestion tolling in the city. I knew something was going to happen. I knew it. I was like, yo, I don't know. Listen, man, I'm happy she not charging niggas, but watch your pockets, man. Something else is going on. You know what I mean? I knew something was going to happen. You know what I mean? But hey, if you got in a big corp, you got 6 more months to get as much COVID as you could. You know what I mean? Knock on wood. You know what I mean? But if you're in them small corporations, hey, man, you gotta save them PTOs. Stop saving PTOs.
That's diabolical. He said, I'm going to my PCP tomorrow. I need you to diagnose me with COVID every 2 months.
Yeah. I need 14 days. Yeah. Quarantine. Lynn 1211. The DOE stopped eyes in April. Dang.
Yes. Yeah, man. Damn. See, some companies did it ahead of time. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. To your point, they're coming for all of these little enhancements, these things that will making it easy for people to manage. And I think now, there's a rhino version of COVID out there where even when you get better, you're coughing for a month straight, and they're not smokers, they don't have asthma, there's nothing going on. They just trying to live, and they just coughing the entire time. It's crazy.
That's in NYC, you only had the 2 weeks once for COVID. Other states didn't even have that. Damn. Damn. Only Miss Lisa, I'm still coughing. Shit. Since 2021? What you mean?
I know, right?
How long you been coughing?
We need clarity again, man. I'm still
Oh,
COVID. Now it's
shit.
only 5 days. Yeah, no, and I know in our health system it was 14 days. But yeah, man, I mean, this stuff is coming in hot, and it's a catch-22, man, because I'm pretty sure people are still catching COVID. But who knows how they're diagnosing it now? Who knows if they're just trying to say, oh, it's just an enhanced version of the flu. You're good. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot going on, man. And
I,
and
I,
speaking on COVID, they're actually coming for a lot of institutions for fraud with reimbursement for the COVID tests, bro.
it's always a dollar to be made, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
man.
gave you 50. You only got 10 in stock, but you only distributed 6, man. Where's those other tests at, man? Niggas started adding numbers
Yeah,
together.
I'm telling you, man. And if you, most of y'all probably remember the little pop up tents that were everywhere and shit. Those are a lot of those little entities that they're going after, saying, uh, "We did the audit, and the math ain't math." And man, when did you see all these people? Who are they? Where's the records? It's a lot of shit. They're coming for a lot of shit.
Yikes! All right, man.
Uh,
Hope you got your PTOs, man. Hope you got your PTOs in order.
Definitely, definitely. As KL said, New Jersey never had that. You got COVID and had no PTO. You don't get paid. Oof, that's diabolical.
Shit, no
That's
disrespect.
diabolical.
I tell you what, hey, if I had enough strength to get in my car and clock in, it's fuck y'all, man. I'm sorry, y'all. So hey, Ken, you don't look too good. I don't feel too good. Like, but why are you here? Out of PTO, brother.
Yeah,
Bills is due. All right, all right.
yeah, man. So this next one, man, uh, Ozempic, man. You know what I mean? It's doing a lot of really good things for those who have been trying to manage their weight for a long time. We know that it's originally, medicine for those who have diabetes type 2, but now here comes the theorists, the studies, and right now they're talking about the link between Ozempic and gastroparesis.
Gastro, what?
Now, yes, gastroparesis. So
Fuck it.
the simplest form of this is it's a slow emptying of the stomach that can cause some serious issues as far as bloating and long lasting stomach issues. They've been talking about for a long time that with the increased use of these semaglutides that it is going to somehow have some long lasting effect. And that's anything, right? Anything that you take for too long and you're not taking it according to your physician, it can have some sort of impact. But I was waiting for this, man. I was waiting for somebody to start trying to do some studies. They followed one person, and the person had other underlying things going on with them. But this is coming out the National Institute of Health, where they're starting to do studies around people who have been using this for a significant period of time to see how it's linked to gastroparesis. So I, I know a lot of people who are right now utilizing this, and it's doing wonders for them. It's doing wonders for their confidence. So gonna dig into this a little bit more just to see how far the research goes. What's the focus group? What's the population? Because that matters too, right? What race are they? What comorbidities did they have, or underlying medical conditions? That's very important. But it starts, bro. It starts.
On a selfish note, listen, man. I've been reading on this Ozempic, man. I've been seeing these celebrity photos, these 10 days apart photos with nigga big, nigga small. I might need a quick 30 to 40 pounds off. You know what I'm saying? I might, just throwing it out there. Just let me know
Mm-hmm.
how the Gasparesis goes. But yeah, man. After Thanksgiving this year, if I don't see no shake, man, I'm gonna be a new guy by New Year's, my brother. Say, Kenny, you getting slim? Damn right, damn right.
Now the thing about this is gastroparesis is also like a well-known long-term, adverse effect of diabetes. So it's almost like, do I stay obese because there's nothing else helping me and eventually get some other, illness, or do I explore an avenue that can help me and guide me and I just manage my dosage? So it's always something, man. Always something.
Can't win, can't win. Um,
That's a fact.
Listen, man. Juneteenth was last week. It's been a hell of a good week for a certain amount of people, but in the rap game specifically, Kendrick Lamar is having a week of weeks. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? He was able to unite all kinds of gangs on the pop up show. Please, my good man, have you seen the show?
yes, I did, man. Yes, I did.
What's your thoughts, man? Talk to me.
It was amazing. Kendrick has shown that he's not just an amazing lyricist, but he's a man of the people. You know, there's just those people like you look at Jada Kiss, you look at Bun B, you look at these are people that they are in their neighborhoods. You look at Killer Mike, like they are about where they're from, and they are just all about unity, all about being there for the people, and to do it on the legs of going at what is in this generation one of the most popular artists is a hell of a spin because he made sure that it wasn't about Drake. It was about the simple fact that this hip hop is bigger than what commercialism is trying to do for it. And he's taken his platform to unite gang leaders, people who probably would have never spoken to each other ever, to be all on one stage, to bring all of those stars out to just see that, and then to do it on Juneteenth. I mean, if timing is everything for you young kids that are really just trying to get into anything specific, timing is so important. You have the best talent, the best song, the best dance move. If you do it at the wrong time, it's gonna fall flat. And Kendrick, he hit the mark with this one, man. Performance wise, it was just him up there, no craziness. It was just him, and then after that, it became like a block party on stage. It was beautiful.
Super dope. Boy, yeah, Nike Shocks on. I'm like, oh, he bought a whole Tupac fit. Oh, this boy on. That boy got his California love bag. He got his bag is different right now. He had a chain on and shit. I was like, Kendrick's never with jewelry. This boy is outside. He popping out and showing niggas. I was like, all right. I ain't mad at him. I heard they was shooting a video over the weekend and shit. I was like, oh man, he outside. He about to have a whole album roll out off this man back. Whatever. Whatever. Yep. New Kendrick on the way. What's up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it brought back old school vibes, man. It definitely brought back old school vibes, like when Nas brought everybody out of Summer Jam. It brought back the real. And you know, as rap fans, I know we love stuff like that. So it brought chills when I was watching it, man. It was dope.
Ain't mad at that.
That's a fact, man. So listen, man, right now, yesterday, we honored, you know, and recognized the 15 years since Michael Jackson passed away, man. Definitely talking about his impact, especially on our childhood and probably your childhood if you're listening to us right now. Definitely timeless music. Of course, we've heard about the tumultuous journey he had as a kid, as an adolescent, young adult, and then, of course, the days before his passing. But we like to reflect on, you know, the good things about Michael Jackson. So my question for you is, what's a Michael Jackson song that you think your kids would enjoy as much as you right now?
Not to be cliche, but Thriller, just because it came with a dance. You know, like Savannah Kennedy always, you know, following a little TikTok trends as far as the dances and shit. But I think if they learned the Thriller joint, they'd make a whole production out of it. Like they might get makeup and jackets and shit. I'm like, yo, yeah, where'd you get that leather jacket from? Shut up, Dad. Watch this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. But I think Thriller for sure.
All right, I would say Thriller too, but just to pick a different one, I would say Bad. And it's just because my son, it's not even because he's a bad kid, but because he likes to scream randomly. So I think he would definitely connect with that song. It's got wild dance moves. It's got this aggressive nature to it. And it's Darius in the song. You know what I mean? So I can definitely see if I played that around him, he'd probably get a kick out of it on his own.
Facts. What was the name of the one him and Jay? Was it called Scream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when Lennox get bigger, him and Kennedy might try to do a little reenactment. because they be yelling at each other now. So at least when they get older, you know what I mean, they can start making real words out of it and cursing each other out with some authority. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see that. Damn,
Definitely.
15 years though. Jesus
15 years, bro.
Christ. You remember where you were when you first heard that news 15 years ago?
Crazy as it is, I do. I was just entering a bar around my job, and I remember somebody just screaming out loud, "Michael Jackson died." And you know how you ear hustling sometimes. You like,
It's like
Mike Jack. You know what I mean? Like, I want like my Mike Jack. No.
Word.
So then, of course, I'm calling people, and they're like, "Yeah, man, like Michael Jackson died." They put the news on in the bar, and you see like they were outside of the house and everything, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, it changed the mood of the entire bar. Like, everybody stopped drinking. Most of the people went outside. People started crying. Like, the whole mood changed. I think the person I was there with at the time, they went home. I went home. Like, it almost shut the city down from what I remember.
Yeah. Like Andrew was crying on the radio and shit that day. It was a lot that day. When the news first broke with me, I was at Christina's graduation, high school. We were on the bleachers on the football field, hot as hell this day. Start hearing the phone buzz, another phone ring, another phone ring, another phone buzz. Start looking around like, a lot of people's phones going off at the same time. That's weird. Like, you know what I mean? And then you just hear what's Michael Jackson died. Nigga, what? What you say? like, speak up with your chest. Like, that sound like a threat. What you say? You know what I'm saying? The Ramal was like, yo, Michael Jackson died. We was like, what?
Yeah.
And we clapped for people in the crowd. We like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a wild moment. It was a wild moment. But yeah, that was sad. It was a real happy. It was a weird day because we was happy for the moment we were at to see sis going on to college and shit. But we just like anybody but the Thriller, man. But you know how that go, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And of course, with more somber news, man. If you're not familiar with Roy Jones Jr., he is a very famous boxer. His son actually died by suicide over the weekend, and it's tough, man, because we are in Black Men's Mental Health Month, and Health Month is really just focusing on where we're at mentally, physically, and hoping that we're in a space where we can really feel at peace and feel like we have some sort of purpose. So anytime you ever hear of someone dying by suicide, it really just, it takes me back to our conversation with Amrita and really diving into the thought process and the process of dealing with that grief. So definitely want to send any type of condolences to, Roy Jones Jr. And of course, anybody who is remembering anybody who may have died by suicide. And I think you put a perfect line here, man. So I'll let you tell it.
Because he was only 32. So not that any age is a good age to pass away, but 32 is just way too young, in my opinion. But in today's society, as you do get older, unfortunately, like burying a parent is unfortunately a common thing. It's almost like a rite of passage, so to speak, where it's expected. You know what I'm saying? But when it's in reverse and a parent has to bury the child, I can't even fathom it, man. You know what I mean? It's a very different animal to try to embody or keep up with, or even like I can't even console someone in that regard. A parent is one thing. You've seen it, you might be able to talk somebody through it. You still may not know what they're going through, or you may know what they're going through, unfortunately, to get them through it. But when it's in reverse, you just have no words. You just got no words for them. You know what I mean? So, shouts to Royals again, to the family. Condolences again, but just super unfortunate.
Yeah, man. And we did a really, really good episode around suicide awareness. You can go to our YouTube page and check it out, man. Shout out to Amrita for, being our guide and our facilitator and really getting down to some of the stigma around suicide and clearly defining good ways, to approach someone who is grieving and really facing the reality of what, a lot of people say, what could I have done better? And I think Amrita really broke it down and said, sometimes there's really nothing you can do. they made up their mind in that moment that this is what's gonna happen, and it's just one of those things that we always struggle with. So definitely hope everyone is doing good out there with their mental health and taking care of themselves.
For sure. For sure.
All right. So definitely, it's going to be tough to transition to the FCP Sports Corner after that topic, but we are at that point in the show where we're going to get into what's going on in the sports world, man. First of all, going to kick it off with shouting out Sha'Carri Richardson. She is on her way to Paris. Did a amazing job over the last couple of weeks in the meters that she was running, and she continues to rise above, man. They really tried to take her down with that instance. We won't even highlight that right now, but she rose above all of that in the past, and she is really thriving right now.
Shouts to her, man. Ever since the little incident, she's been nothing but rocket ship out of here. She took it as a lesson learned, and and pretty much kind of made everybody eat their words that did have some sort of hateful thing to say for her at that time of her life. You know what I'm saying, but shouts to her really turning it around, getting the job done, and doing it well.
Big facts.
But off of Sha'Carri versus the NCAA, man. The Division One, man. They have officially eliminated cannabis from the banned substances list. If you are a current student who is in the middle of a penalty, whether you are suspended for a little bit or they said a fine might be associated with your fee or some shit like that, all that will be discontinued. It's over for that. I'm happy to hear, but listen, between the Reggie Bush making a few dollars and they were nigging on that like, yo, my bad, dog. We wasn't paying y'all. We should have paid y'all. Sorry you did that way. And for them, penalizing anyone that might have tested positive for THC or cannabis in their system, was giving out these apologies, man, and the reparations that, that the lives they affected with this little rule that's not really a rule anymore. Like, I always wondered, like, how that works as far as you was guilty of something that's no longer a crime. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing? Like, you can't give me that time back. So, but my next question, with Sha'Carri going over to Paris for Olympics, having her situation, and now NCAA making their move, do you think the Olympics will follow suit anytime soon?
That's tough because of the international implications. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see. Because that's like a bigger committee that you have to convince. Here in the US it's different. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It all depends on, look at what just happened with Brittany Griner in Russia. You know what I mean? She had a little hashish on her, and look at all she went through. So yeah. I don't know how the rest of the world is going to react to wanting to remove cannabis as a ban.
I know Michael Phelps gonna be like, "Hey man, I'm telling y'all, you're gonna be just fucking fine." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got the goal to prove it. Some of these are post THC, a lot of these are after, before. You know what I mean? But it'll be fine. I don't know. That will be dope though. We'll see if it ever comes to the forefront.
Definitely. Then over in the WNBA, man, these rookies continue to show out, man. Angel Reese had an amazing game the other day, man. 25 points and 16 boards in a comeback win against the Indiana Fever. This girl is on a roll. And for everything that they tried to paint her as coming out of college, she is rising above all of it. And it's amazing to see, man. It's amazing to see. I'm looking for that next Liberty game when they play the Sky. I got to see them come into town and see this live, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. She's been kicking ass and taking names, like, you know what I'm saying. I appreciate that, and I'm not gonna lie. I thought with Cardoza coming back, her role would have got limited a little bit because hey, 2 towers are better than 1. You know what I'm saying? But she's been able to kind of ride the ship, and it felt like it almost helped her as far as that. You know what I mean? Taking a little bit of attention off of her because they got another big they got to worry about down there, but she's been doing nothing but shining since.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. It's always so cool when they show the clips with them like high-fiving, because then you flash we flash back to when Cardozo was in South Carolina, Reese is in LSU, and it was all out war. It was it was all out war. But that definitely shows you that they're just ready to work together. You know what I mean? If they're on the same team, God forbid you're on the other end of those two, right? And then just moving over to the Liberty, man, Sabrina, aka Sabrina Ionescu. She was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, man, averaging like 25 points, like 8 assists. This girl, she's been on a roll. Unfortunately, the Liberty couldn't get it done last night against the Lynx for the Commissioner's Cup.
But say that shit.
Yeah, man. It's tough, man. It's a tough league, man. Like sports is a tough thing. You could be rolling, and then one night the other team just got it, and you don't, man. Like
facts.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know we said it once, and we'll say it again. But like the WNBA only having 12 teams, it's like every team's an all-star team. Like, you know what I'm saying? But somebody still has to lose these games, so it's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, somebody still has to lose these games. But it's a super difficult league to get wins in. But shouts to Minnesota. Was it Minnesota who beat them?
The Lynx? Yeah, Minnesota Lynx. Yeah.
Shouts to Minnesota. They got a tough squad there. I ain't gonna hold you.
Definitely good record too. They right there with us. And then shout out to Tanya, man. I know you was announcing who was the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. The NBA draft starts tonight. I think they're probably up to like pick number 7 or something like now, 8. So I mean, it's beautiful. Young fellas who have been working hard their whole life to get to this moment, take care of their families, take care of themselves, live their dream. So shout out to all of those fellas. Shout out to their families. Yo, man, congratulations, man. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
I mean, you just wrote the family a ticket, bro. Don't fuck it
up. That's
it. Generational wealth. Listen, man. The Knicks, man, they keep making you happy. They don't even got a chip yet. You know what I'm saying? But they keep making you happy, man.
Yeah.
Are you ready to believe?
No. I'm sorry. Man. I'm sorry. Listen, what Kenny's referring to is the Knicks made a big trade yesterday, sent a good amount of picks over to the Brooklyn Nets for Mikal Bridges. The significance of this trade is now they are officially the Nova Knicks because with Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and now the addition of Mikal Bridges, they have now officially unified the 2016 Villanova team that I believe won the NCAA championship in men's basketball. So this is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. They moved on from Bojan Bogdanovic, and their odds to actually win the 2025 championships went up by 600 points. I believe it's now plus 1,000. Did the Knicks get better? I don't know yet. Because they have a lot of guys that do the same thing. And from what I'm hearing, they are looking to bring back Anunoby on a significant contract. So the question becomes, who comes off the bench? Is it Dante DiVincenzo? Does Josh Hart say, you know what, I'll come off the bench to keep the energy going? What does this mean for Julius Randle's return? Like, there's a lot of questions here where I'm just like, how's this team going to operate? But I was the same one that didn't understand how Kyrie and Luka were going to work. But look at what they did. So who knows?
Listen, man, and I ain't gonna lie, seeing the Villanova team come back together, if they do win one, they're gonna have to take this whole NBA draft and kind of turn it on its head. If you got the number 1 pick, we're gonna allow you to pick a first starting 5 from the NCAA. Whatever team you want, man. Take the first 5 that was starting on you. If they won a chip, hey, you can get on 5. Fuck it. You gotta pay them. But you can get on 5. You know what I'm saying? Just have a bunch of veterans on the bench, teach this young core that have been playing together for 2-3 years how to play on this level now. That's all. That's it. Should be an easy transition. Look at Villanova. They won a chip in a bit. You know what I mean? But if they do win one with this new squad altogether in the next year or two, it's gonna be something to see, man.
Yeah, it could potentially start a trend similar to what you're saying right now. So we'll see. We'll definitely see that. Now, the real kicker here is what would be dope is if the Knicks now have a Villanova inspired jersey. Now that they have all these Villanova players, I think that would be a pretty cool thing for them to pull out at MSG. Hopefully during the college basketball season.
I have to talk to Ronnie Fig over there. He's the he's the fashion director over there for MSG and the Knicks. So I thought I'd send him a tweet real quick, see if that works out.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. So then, of course, 5 year, 212. Yeah, man. OG, I don't know, man. I kind of think OG's a better player than Mikal Bridges. I'm sorry. I understood them investing in OG to get Mikal Bridges. To me, that seems like Jalen Brunson pulled a LeBron James. Like, I want my guy.
Yeah, that's it. And you're right. OG is the better guy, but they're okay with bringing Villanova dudes off the bench. They've shown that it's working for them, and you can't just win a game with just 5 players anyway. So it's good to have 8, 9 solid people on your squad that's gonna be able to turn this game over when you need it. So OG being there, McCall coming around through him, running with DiVincenzo off the bench, and Hart too. McBride's coming off the bench. It's gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be all right. It's gonna work out, I think.
Yeah, we shall see, man. They still got that, that green monster over there in the East, but who knows, man? Maybe stranger things have happened.
He said, I don't think he's talking about Milwaukee neither. Jesus Christ. It's fucking bad. Jesus. Oh, man.
All right, moving on, man. The Lakers introduced their new head coach, JJ Redick. If you were listening to us the last 2 weeks, we were talking about the UConn coach turning down that big deal that the Lakers tried to give him. I feel like JJ Redick was the target the entire time, and Dan Hurley was a smokescreen for us. But he did the conference. He said his main goal, of course, is winning a championship, bringing that back to the Lakers. He's supposedly done podcasting for now. He doesn't give an F about what anybody thinks about, how he got the job. And, here we are, man, the JJ Redick era. This guy has had the ultimate glow up when it comes to going from just podcasting to analyst and pretty much killing it as an analyst to now going into a head coach. If he can win a chip, man, it becomes, what the hell can't this guy do?
At this point, he's done it all.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people in the media, they've been like, oh, he doesn't have the resume. I'm like, Steve Kerr didn't either. But, we let him in. He took care of business, got a quick dynasty out of it, you know what I'm saying? But the proof's in the pudding. We shall see, though. We shall see. And I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. And this is my favorite part of the show, y'all. You know what I'm saying? There was a big function out in Boston this past week, man. It was a pretty big deal. You know what I mean? It was like confetti everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was like over like thousands of people lined up in the street, man. Celtics, man. Boston Celtics had to celebrate winning their 18th championship. Let me repeat that. 18th championship, winningest franchise in the NBA. Lakers can take an official backseat to us. So yeah, man, it was a hell of a time, man. A couple things happened out there, man. Jaylen Brown balled so hard he lost his pinky ring. Word on the street is he's giving a handsome ransom reward for the person that returns it. But the most diabolical thing that happened is, if you're ever around Madison Square Garden, you're going to see this big billboard. And on that billboard is going to be Jason Tatum. Now, if you were watching the finals when they won the championship, his commercial aired right after they won. And it said, "Keep disbelieving." And now this big billboard is right up there, right? Is it keep or don't stop disbelieving, right? This big billboard is now up there by Jordan Brand, right in front of the Madison Square Garden. Diabolical genius. Whoever thought of that needs a fucking raise right now. I swear to God.
Probably Mike himself, man. Like, he loves the Garden. Like, if he can't play in Chicago, the Garden would have been his next stop. Like, you know what I mean? But it probably was MJ himself. He said, "Oh, I got an idea, y'all." He said, "You thought me putting up 50-something in the Garden was dope. Watch this move." Like, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised if MJ walked into the boardroom and he said, "I got one."
Yeah, man. Yeah. But then the coolest thing, an underlying thing that you probably didn't know, but there's a St. Louis connection here with the Florida Panthers, who actually just won the Stanley Cup. Matthew Tkachuk and Jason Tatum were actually high school friends, and now they both win championships the same year.
Small world. Small
What a
world.
way to make a long-lasting memory out of a long-lasting friendship. Kudos to them, man. St. Louis on top.
Small world. Small world. Yeah, man. When to stick together. When to stick together.
All right, so we're going to transition over to TV shows, movies, music recommendations that we have. Unfortunately, this week, I will not get the opportunity to thrash House of the Dragon because a certain somebody has not watched episode 2. So...
the way my Sunday night was set up and my Monday, Tuesday, I didn't get to it.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. We don't want to hear that shit. Anyway... We don't want to hear that shit. So listen, we will delay our review of House of Dragon until hopefully next Wednesday. Hopefully his Sunday is set up a little better, which I don't think it will because I think we're all going somewhere this Sunday too. So who knows, guys? So anyway, Jack Reacher, man, I am so mad at all of y'all, including you, Kenny, because I feel like you knew this show was out and you didn't tell me. It's on Amazon Prime. It's been out for a minute now, and it's awesome. It's great. It's a great show, man. Like, it's basically about this guy who's no longer in the military, just kind of doing this like drifter thing and saving all of these lives and solving all of these issues. But it's actually really cool. The fight scenes are amazing. It's got comedy. It's 2 seasons in, man. I love it. Me and my wife, we ran through that episode, and now we got nothing to watch again, man. It's terrible. Terrible.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time I go to Amazon Prime, I see it, and I just I go. For some reason, I don't even have the urge to click on it. I'm like, Jack Reacher, hit the Netflix button. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just I don't even. That's so weird. Like, all right, now I know. Now I know. Watch this.
Yeah, because I remember watching the original one with Tom Cruise, and it was great. Tom is just like, this isn't Tom. I'm not watching this. And Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. Anytime somebody tries to remake a Tom Cruise movie, it doesn't go right. So, but we gave it a shot, and it was actually really good, man. Y'all should check it out if y'all haven't. Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime.
Watch this.
Perfect Match season 2 on Netflix. So there's 2 types of perfect matches. There's the one where they have to go into this booth and all these algorithms go on and it lets them know if they have a perfect match, right? But this version of it is a little different because it rotates men and women out of the house and you have to match with someone at the end of the night to stay in the house. And this season was a bit interesting, and I won't spoil the ending, but it was a bit interesting. I thought it had some good spice to it, has some good flavor. If you're a fan of reality dating, check out Perfect Match season 2. It's not bad.
Okay, all right.
Jessica Alba. Oh man, I always thought there was very little that Jessica Alba could do to not make a movie good ever since her day with Honey. Trigger warning on Netflix. The best thing about this movie is seeing Jessica Alba and some of the fight scenes. Other than that, I can't even tell you what this movie was really about.
I had that same thought. I was gonna let you know. Hey, I saw this one. Jenna said, "Oh, Jessica's doing something, and she's doing something you wouldn't expect." I was like, "Word." Press play. I was like, "Okay." Deb beginning had her doing some dope military shit. I said, "Okay, all right, Jess, Miss Invisible. Let's see." You know what I mean? But as moving on, like you said, the fight scenes was cool, but then at some point, like, just became like an empty movie, and I was just waiting for the next action scene to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care about the story anymore. Like, I know, I don't want to ruin it, but somebody passed away. Trying to look into it. Now, corrupt town. I'm like, all right. When's the next fight scene? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I kept waiting for those to happen. And then when the last one happened, I was just like, All right. She's not gonna fight anybody else. I guess that was it. You know what I mean? But it was a very. I'll say that it was a very good action movie.
Yeah.
So it's a.
It was. It was, man. It was.
Listen, man. I gave you a recommendation last week. I don't know why you're talking about. You ain't got no shows to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't have Apple TV. Is it no Apple TV?
Yeah, I think it's Apple TV.
Yeah, I don't have Apple TV, bro. That's the one subscription I said no.
Yeah, and everybody in the house, everybody got an Apple device in the house. And you just like, he said, nah. He said, we got Apple Music, we got Apple Movies, but we ain't doing TV, nigga. Nope. It's like, nope, not doing it. But listen, today they let the season finale release, and I know Jen is back a few episodes, so I'm gonna have to go like take a long bathroom break and catch it on myself in the bathroom one of these days and see how it ends the series. But really good show, really like it.
All right. I respect it, man. All right, before we get up out of here, man, any closing thoughts?
Listen, it's hot. Stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Listen, man, summer's coming up. A lot of barbecues you're gonna have to probably go to. Yo, man, don't be scared to squeeze that salad in on the weekdays, man. Get it in. Get 1 or 2 in. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little bit of grilled chicken on top, light on the Caesar sauce, you know what I'm saying? Just get some roughage in your life, you know what I'm saying? Get the veggies in, man. Fruit too. Fruit's good too. As long as you're not expensive. But get some fruit too. Get some fruit too.
Yeah.
What you got for us on the way out tonight?
Oh man, so listen, we're officially approaching the half-year mark. It's almost the end of June, man, and that may mean different things for all of you. They have that saying, time flies, man, and it really does. And I always like to look at it as, time flies, but then we have the goals that we set in life, and those are our destinations. And it's up to us as pilots to, take control of those flights, and, so that we can spend more time determining the destinations, so we can enjoy the things we love and fulfill our purpose, instead of just being stuck in autopilot all the time. And I think the good part about life is if you ever find yourself occasionally stuck in autopilot, it's okay, because the beauty is you can acknowledge it and you can always flip the switch at any time. Is there turbulence? Of course, that's expected in the journey of life. It can be rough. Will there be days where it's just a hell of a storm and you just feel like you're surviving? Absolutely. But I think we all have that courage. We all have that fight in us to really make the most of every day. So if you haven't gotten to half of the things that you've planned to start this year, I don't know what you're planning to do tomorrow, but I suggest you throw 1 or 2 of those things in there. And like my friend Frank Pabone likes to say all the time, man, it's either one day or day one. You choose.
Words of wisdom from my man, Senor Lee. That's a fact. Yeah, man. Nike been telling you for years, man, just do that shit. Just do it. Just do it. You wear the shoes. Facts. You got a sweater too, man. Just go do it. Just go do it.
Big facts. But listen, man, we appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all all for, tuning in today, man. We know you could have been doing anything. It's hot as shit out there. The kids are officially out of school, I believe, for everybody now. So
they're going to be waking up tomorrow hungry. I'm like, oh, yeah, no. Go back to sleep, bro. Like, you're not even on my schedule yet. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
that's man. A fact. That's a fact, man. So, make sure y'all pack y'all patience, man, because they're going to be crashing them Zoom meetings. They're going to be raiding the fridge, raiding the snack boxes, all that, man. It's about that time of the year, man. So my prayers are with y'all, especially y'all that have 2 or 3.
Man, they all hungry. Man. And me and the wife was talking about getting the fingerprint lock for the pantry. It's like, we can't let them in no. Like, we got to do something. We got to do something for the fridge too, man. They just juice just be evaporating. Like
that's it. That's it.
Oh man. God, man. But as always, man, always a pleasure, man. Happy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the show where you are now released back into your regularly scheduled program. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
Cat, mate.
See you next pay week.
but we lock back in to a free state of mind.